Are we witnessing the emergence of Joan of Arc energy stepping in to reset this timeline? Could an unknown 37-year-old woman whose life was taken from her because they could be the vessel of that energy? Renee Good. Her name literally translates as Reborn, Victory to the People, and Good. Let's check in the cards and ask, is this young woman's death and murder, is this a catalyst to consolidate and direct the collective fury and rage to force a change? I'm Briar, the Appalachian Mystic, the Old Ways Tarot. Please help out the channel if you like this type of tarot divination, where we actually go a little deeper into the regime and the underlying energies and frequencies and subtleties, a little bit more macro to see what's going on under the scenes, looking at the collective and the effects that are going on within the collective, how it's affecting us and how the collective's affecting him. We're going to look into these aspects. Are we witnessing a Joan of Arc energy stepping in? And if you like this video, please watch until the end. Tarot's a story. It tells a story, and you really get your summation by the end of the video. So watch until the end. Make sure you get the answers to these questions. So let's see. Who is Renee Good? Is she a Joan of Arc frequency stepping into this timeline and inspiring courage, strength, and to be a catalyst for change? The divine feminine, warrior priestess, warrior saint. It's interesting connections. Joan of Arc's power was divine intervention. Her power, it manifested after her death, and she was said to be a beacon of hope in a time of conflict, chaos, and fear and rage. She was a feminist. She broke gender norms. She was tried for heresy for her style and mode of dress. So in many circles, considered a queer icon. Let's take a look. See what the cards say. Is this our Joan of Arc frequency, energy, archetype stepping in for our timeline? Let's put these. Here we go. Off the bottom of the deck. This card. Here's the fight. Fire energy. 7 of Swords. There is a fight. There is a warrior. It is gender neutral in some ways, balancing, fighting the good fight. Interesting. The challenge, I read in the reverse, justice reversed. So that is exactly the energy of what we're looking at. Will there be a justice that comes for this brave warrior who has stepped into this timeline, this Joan of Arc energy that is upon us? Will justice prevail? Will there be a reckoning? Justice is swift, but that's the challenge. Will there be a justice for her? I think that's up to all of us to decide that. Moon reversed, secrets, things flowing under the surface, sneaky, underhanded machinations. There is a lot going on under the surface. This card, the Hierophant, tradition, religion, norms, the government. I would say yes, there's a lot going on under the table with the government, covering up, hiding this woman's murder. The government. 2 of Cups. That is an energy of partnership. It can be a medical, it can be lovers, but it's often just a deep connection. Perhaps it's the government being in cahoots to cover up what has happened to this young woman. Eight of Swords, bound. Was her energy, was her soul. I've heard a lot of people talking about how, her role. I actually said it myself on social media that she will not know in this lifetime how much she has affected this timeline, and the strength and the outrage and the fury at her murder. She has made a huge difference. There are people rising up and saying, we've had enough. There are just people in tears. I've watched men cry on social media and television, and it's like she's awakening something within the divine feminine. Perhaps she was bound to this and she's been released from this, and this burden is not hers anymore. Now it's ours. Knight of Swords, reversed. That, well, upright. It's, knight riding in shining armor. And of course, Joan had her own shining armor, so we could maybe look that in the reverse, that it's a figure that no one saw coming, but it is riding in nonetheless. It may be taking these folks who are blocking justice, this movement that she's created, she's the catalyst for, may just be something that takes them by surprise. Four of Wands. There's a celebration. There's a happiness in the kingdom, a completion. Things are in place. Things are as they should be. There is a balance, if you notice, and there is a balance between the feminine and the masculine. I would say a balance, perhaps, that this warrior figure is trying to usher in. We got the Five of Wands of chaos and the fight, but they're five of Wands upright would be the chaos, just the fight going on and going crazy. And when it's reversed, you can read that as, enough is enough. Perhaps they're ready to throw in the towel. It doesn't feel like that. The Four of Pentacles reversed. The Hanging On. Again, interesting energy about these reversals. Like this chaos, the reversal of the chaos and the fight amongst each other. And here's a reverse of this hanging on energy and grabbing on and this greed kind of mentality. And the Three of Swords. Three of Swords can be heartbreak, stabbed in the heart. There's a lot of swords energy here, wands energy. Perhaps as we lay these over here on these three cards, we lay these and look at these together. Got the Moon reversed, secrets, Five of Wands reversed, the chaos, the infighting, Hierophant, the government, trying to hang on to what it's got. It's not working out. Their partnership, perhaps that's what the Orange Ogre leads them to heartbreak. So I'm going to say, yes, we have witnessed a type of energy, a Joan of Arc energy, and it has ushered in through a despicable tragedy. but I want to choose to look at something positive. I want this young woman's life to matter, and I believe it does. Thank you for watching.